Welcome, dear viewers, to a most intriguing expedition. Today we venture into the annals of time itself, a countdown of the top 10 places in history you would least like to find yourselves in. From medieval plagues to brutal wars, these are epochs defined by hardship, moments in time etched into history to avoid at all costs. Join me, if you dare, as we peel back the layers of time. Our journey begins in the 14th century Europe, a continent teetering on the precipice of despair. The year is 1346 and a darkness has descended upon the land. It is the Black Death, a bubonic plague of unprecedented scale, sweeping in from the east, leaving a trail of unimaginable suffering in its wake. Imagine, if you will, the sights and smells of a once thriving medieval city transformed into a breeding ground for disease. The stench of death hangs heavy in the air, a macabre perfume clinging to the plague doctors in their waxed masks, their beaked visages offering little comfort. By the time the Black Death finally retreats, it has claimed an estimated 25 million souls, nearly a third of Europe's population. We now shift our focus to the 20th century, to a time of global conflict and unimaginable brutality. The year is 1942, and the Eastern Front of World War II rages with a ferocity seldom seen in human history. Our destination, Stalingrad, a city bearing witness to a battle so horrific, so relentless, that it would forever be etched into the annals of human warfare. Imagine, if you can, the relentless shelling, the earth itself trembling under the weight of thousands upon thousands of artillery rounds. Buildings crumble into dust, once familiar landmarks reduced to rubble-strewn landscapes. The air is thick with smoke and the acrid stench of cordite, a constant reminder of the death raining down from above. The Battle of Stalingrad would drag on for over 200 days, a brutal test of human endurance and a chilling testament to the horrors of war. Over 2 million casualties would be tallied, a grim testament to the human cost of this brutal conflict. From the battlefields of the 20th century, we journey back to the height of the Roman Empire, to the year 79 AD. Our destination, Pompei, a bustling Roman city nestled in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, a seemingly dormant giant. Little did the city's inhabitants know that their fate was about to be sealed in a matter of hours. Picture a typical summer day in Pompei. The air is alive with the sounds of commerce, the laughter of children, the rhythmic clang of a blacksmith's hammer. Then, without warning, the earth trembles. A deafening roar splits the air as Mount Vesuvius awakens from its slumber with terrifying force. Within a matter of days, Pompei is buried beneath meters of volcanic ash and pumice, its fate a stark reminder of nature's raw power. We now cross the Atlantic to 17th century colonial America, to a small community gripped by fear and suspicion. The year is 1692, and the town of Salem, Massachusetts becomes a crucible of paranoia. This is a journey into the heart of the Salem witch trials, a dark chapter in human history. Imagine a community consumed by religious fervor, where superstition and fear of the unknown hold sway. Amidst the harsh realities of colonial life, whispers begin to circulate, whispers of strange afflictions. Our journey takes us to 17th century London, a city on the brink of disaster. The year is 1666, and a spark is about to ignite a conflagration. This is the story of the Great Fire, a catastrophe that would consume a city. Imagine the bustling streets of London in 1666. A fire sparked in a bakery quickly spreads through the wooden buildings. The fire spreads with astonishing speed, fanned by a strong wind. By the time the flames are quelled, over 13,000 homes are reduced to rubble. Our journey through time now takes us to a period marked by religious zealotry and persecution. We find ourselves in 15th century Spain, a land where the Catholic Church holds sway and a climate of fear and suspicion pervades. This is the era of the Spanish Inquisition, a dark chapter in human history where the pursuit of religious purity justified unspeakable acts of cruelty. Imagine a society where conformity to the Catholic faith is paramount, where any deviation from established dogma is met with suspicion and hostility. The Spanish Inquisition, established in 1478, was tasked with rooting out heresy and maintaining religious orthodoxy. Its methods, however, were as brutal as they were relentless. Suspects, often seized in the dead of night, were subjected to horrific tortures, designed to elicit confessions. The Spanish Inquisition cast a long shadow over Spain, instilling fear and suppressing dissent for centuries. Our journey takes us now to the icy expanse of the North Atlantic, where a monument to human ambition meets its tragic end. The year is 1912, and the RMS Titanic, the largest and most luxurious ocean liner of its time, embarks on her maiden voyage, a symbol of progress and technological prowess. Yet beneath the surface of opulence and grandeur, a disaster of unimaginable proportions is about to unfold. Imagine the electric atmosphere aboard the Titanic as it sets sail from Southampton, England, bound for New York City. The ship is a floating palace, its passengers a microcosm of society, from wealthy industrialists and socialites to immigrants seeking a new life in America. But on the night of April 14th, the unthinkable occurs. At 11:40 p.m., the Titanic strikes an iceberg, the impact sending shockwaves through the ship. In the early hours of April 15th, the Titanic disappears beneath the waves, taking with her over 1,500 souls. We now find ourselves in the late 20th century, at the height of the Cold War, in a time of technological advancement and simmering geopolitical tensions. Our destination, Chernobyl, Ukraine, the site of a nuclear disaster that would send shockwaves around the world. This is the story of Chernobyl, a stark reminder of the devastating power of the atom unleashed. Imagine the stillness of the early morning hours on April 26, 1986. At the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, a routine safety test takes a catastrophic turn. A surge in power coupled with design flaws in the reactor leads to an uncontrolled chain reaction. The result is an explosion of unimaginable force, ripping the roof off reactor number 4 and spewing radioactive material high into the atmosphere. The fallout spreads across Europe, contaminating crops, water supplies, and entire ecosystems. Our journey takes us to a nation grappling with its identity, divided against itself. The year is 1861, and the United States is on the precipice of a bloody civil war. A nation torn apart by slavery, testing the fabric of American democracy. Southern states secede, forming the Confederate States of America. Brother against brother, father against son in a conflict claiming over 620,000 lives. Our final destination takes us back to the cradle of Western civilization, to an empire that once seemed destined to rule for eternity. The year is 476 AD. And the Roman Empire, once a beacon of power and prosperity, is on the verge of collapse. This is the story of the fall of Rome, a cautionary tale of an empire brought low by internal strife, economic turmoil, and the relentless pressure of barbarian invasions. Imagine a once mighty empire stretching from the British Isles to the borders of Persia, its legions feared throughout the known world. Yet beneath the veneer of invincibility, cracks are beginning to appear. Internal strife and corruption weaken the empire from within. Power struggles between emperors and generals destabilize the government, while rampant inflation cripples the economy. The year 476 AD marks a pivotal moment in history. Romulus Augustulus, the last Roman emperor in the West, is deposed by Odoacer, a Germanic general. And so, our journey through time's most perilous destinations draws to a close. We have witnessed the horrors of plagues, the brutality of war, the destructive power of nature, and the fragility of human civilization. These events, etched into the annals of history, serve as stark reminders of the challenges our ancestors faced and the resilience of the human spirit. Let us learn from their experiences, both the triumphs and the tragedies, as we navigate the complexities of our own time. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history's darkest corners. May we strive to create a future where such horrors are relegated to the history books and never again darken the doorstep of humanity. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating historical content. Let us know in the comments which historical event you would avoid at all costs.